Well, UNESCO is very excited about the youth mobilization for the UN General Assembly now for the Climate Action Summit. We help mobilize young people from around the world who are involved in biospheres. It's part of one of our programs. And we believe that, the obvious thing is that this is the next generation. But I think the challenge is that we know what we need to do, but the way the world is, there's kind of a lag in trying to make that change. And the new generation, they want to make that change. And the habits that they develop right now will really reconfigure not just our energy issues, but also how we relate to nature, how we relate to each other, north-south equity. A lot of value systems are coming forward, and we're seeing this tremendous energy amongst the young people, but that energy needs to be shaped and to be able to deliver the results. And UNESCO, we're absolutely committed to working with young people, and it's a house-wide priority. It's a UNESCO priority to work with young people, and our Director General is very committed to this. First of all, we want to congratulate the UNFCCC on its efforts around getting the local communities and Indigenous knowledge platform together. I've been sitting in those meetings, really positive, really innovative, and UNESCO has been involved. It's more than 6 years we're working with the UNFCCC on getting this up and running, so we're very excited. We're also, I think, the first agency to deliver a component in the work program. So we just ran a Caribbean-wide conference with Indigenous peoples and local communities, meteorologists and governments on the mobilization of Indigenous and local knowledge for climate adaptation. We think all regions of the world can really benefit from this mobilization. In terms of the work program, the Facilitative Working Group has set out its work program that's going to go in front of the SBSTA. It'll be accepted. From our side, from UNESCO's side, we think there are two key components that we need to look at. One is the Indigenous and local knowledge component needs to get into the national adaptation plans as smoothly and as quickly as possible, and also needs to be reflected in the NDCs, the nationally determined contributions. So this is the policy uptake. But policy uptake is not like magic. It requires the participation of the communities, the participation of the science community, but also the commitment by the government. So there's a big area of work. So when we say NAPs and NDCs, it's not a quick thing. It needs a process to work, but the LCIPP should be able to help. Our other concern is around this has to work for developing countries. So we're really pleased to see countries from the north, Indigenous peoples from the north involved. Obviously Arctic, very big issue. But for many countries, particularly in Africa, in the Pacific, in Latin America and the Caribbean, Indigenous knowledge is a very key component to ecosystems management and to actual actions, the responses. And I think a lot of governments are still looking, they want to understand the methodology of how does this ILK come into their process. And it's not so easy to do that. And UNESCO's helping, as are other agencies. But we need this concentration to make sure that the ILK, LCIPP agenda is serving the needs of the developing countries of the South, and particularly the LDCs, the least developed countries.